We've come a long way together through this journey. In part 1, we uncovered the invisible mental system that keeps you trapped in the poverty cycle, and we explored how to reprogram your brain using neuroscience and intentional practice. In part 2, we bridged the gap between understanding and action, discovering how discipline and abundance thinking transform internal shifts into external results. But now we need to talk about what all of this is actually for. Because breaking the poverty cycle isn't the end goal, it's the beginning. The real destination is something deeper, something that money alone can never buy, but that prosperity can support. Genuine freedom and meaningful purpose. This is part 3, the final piece that brings everything together. This is about building a high-value life that feels authentic, purposeful, and truly free. This is about understanding that the mental system you've been developing isn't just for wealth, it's for creating a life worth living. And the next few minutes will show you how everything we've covered converges into lasting transformation that changes not just your bank account, but your entire relationship with yourself and your place in the world. Let me tell you what I thought freedom meant when I was trapped in the poverty cycle. I thought freedom was having enough money to do whatever I wanted, whenever I wanted. I thought it was about not having to work, about buying things without checking the price, about traveling the world without worrying about the cost. And while there's nothing wrong with those things, I was completely missing the deeper truth about what freedom actually means. Real freedom isn't about external circumstances. Real freedom is an internal state that you can begin cultivating right now, regardless of your current financial situation. And paradoxically, once you understand this kind of freedom, the external prosperity follows much more naturally. The poverty cycle kept me focused entirely on survival. Every thought, every decision, every bit of energy was consumed by trying to keep my head above water. There was no space for deeper questions. No room for examining what I actually wanted from life beyond just making it through another month. No capacity for thinking about purpose or meaning, because those felt like luxuries I couldn't afford. But here's what I learned the hard way. Living without purpose is incredibly expensive. It's expensive because you waste money on things that don't matter, trying to fill a void that only meaning can fill. It's expensive because you stay in situations that drain you, afraid to pursue what calls to you. It's expensive because you make decisions from fear rather than clarity, and fear-based decisions almost always cost more in the long run. Breaking the poverty cycle gave me something more valuable than money. It gave me the mental clarity to ask better questions. Not, how do I make more money? But what kind of life do I want to create? What impact do I want to have? What would make me feel like my existence mattered when I look back on it? These questions might sound philosophical or abstract, but they're actually the most practical questions you can ask. Because when you connect with a compelling purpose, everything else becomes easier. Discipline stops being about forcing yourself and becomes about naturally choosing what serves your mission. Delayed gratification stops feeling like sacrifice and becomes an obvious investment in what matters most. I discovered my purpose gradually by paying attention to what energized me versus what drained me. What problems did I naturally want to solve? What conversations made me lose track of time? What kind of impact did I want to have on other people's lives? For me, it became clear that I wanted to help people break free from the mental systems keeping them stuck, to share what I learned about transformation in a way that empowered others to create their own breakthroughs. Your purpose will be different, but the process of discovering it is the same. You listen to yourself with genuine curiosity instead of judging what you find. Here's what purpose did for my financial life. It gave me a filter for every decision. When an opportunity appeared, I could ask, does this move me closer to my purpose or further away? Does this use my gifts in service of what matters to me? Or is it just about money? This clarity eliminated so much noise. I stopped chasing every shiny object. I stopped comparing myself to others on different paths. I focused my personal energy on what aligned with my purpose, and that focus created results that scattered effort never could. The freedom I experience now isn't about having unlimited money. It's about waking up without that crushing weight of financial stress. It's about knowing I'm building something meaningful that compounds over time. It's about having the emotional clarity to recognize real opportunities versus distractions. It's about making decisions based on my values, rather than desperation. This kind of freedom is available to you right now, not after you make a certain amount of money, but through the process of developing inner strength and clarity about what actually matters to you. Let me tell you about the relationship between prosperity and purpose, because they're deeply connected in ways most people miss. Prosperity without purpose leads to emptiness. You've seen this in celebrities and wealthy people who have everything externally, but struggle internally. They achieved financial success, but never developed the inner clarity and purpose that makes success meaningful. On the other hand, purpose without prosperity can be incredibly difficult. When you know what you're meant to do, but lack the resources to pursue it, that creates its own kind of suffering. The sweet spot is developing both, simultaneously, cultivating purpose while building the prosperity that allows you to pursue it fully. This is where everything we've covered comes together. The mental system you've been reprogramming, the discipline you've been building, the abundance thinking you've been practicing, the intentional actions you've been taking. All of this creates the foundation for a life that's both prosperous and purposeful. You're not just changing your bank account. You're becoming someone who thinks differently, decides differently, acts differently. You're developing self-mastery, the ability to direct your thoughts, emotions, and actions toward what you've consciously chosen rather than what's been unconsciously programmed. The poverty cycle thrives on keeping you disconnected from purpose. It keeps you so focused on immediate survival that you never lift your eyes high enough to see the bigger picture. It convinces you that dreams are dangerous, that wanting more is greedy, that accepting your current situation is being realistic. But those beliefs are lies designed to keep you trapped. The truth is that you're capable of so much more than survival. You're capable of creating, contributing, building something that matters. And the mental system we've been developing gives you the tools to do it. I want to talk about peace for a moment, because it's one of the most underrated aspects of breaking the poverty cycle. I spent years living in internal chaos. My mind was constantly racing with worry, doubt, confusion, fear about money. Even when I managed to relax momentarily, the stress was always there in the background, waiting to rush back in. Breaking the poverty cycle wasn't just about improving my financial situation. It was about creating an internal environment of calm, confidence, and clarity. It was about trusting myself and my ability to handle whatever comes. That trust doesn't come from having all the answers. It comes from knowing you have the mental system to find answers, to adapt, to grow through challenges. This peace is what emotional clarity really means. It's not about never having difficult emotions. It's about having the inner capacity to experience those emotions without being controlled by them. It's about understanding that your worth isn't determined by your bank balance. It's about knowing that setbacks are temporary and don't define you. It's about recognizing that you're always in the process of becoming, and every challenge is information that helps you refine your approach. This kind of emotional clarity transforms everything because you stop making decisions from reactivity and start making them from a centered, grounded place. The most profound realization in this entire journey was understanding that the poverty cycle existed to teach me something essential about myself. It wasn't a punishment or evidence of my inadequacy. It was a signal that I was operating from an outdated system that needed upgrading. Every struggle with money was showing me where I lacked clarity, where I needed more discipline, where my mindset was still contaminated with limiting beliefs. Once I stopped resisting the lessons and started embracing them, the cycle lost its power over me. I was no longer a victim of circumstances. I was a student of life, using every challenge as information to evolve my internal system. This is what breaking the poverty cycle really means at the deepest level. Becoming free internally first, so that external freedom follows naturally. Building the mental architecture of prosperity before demanding the results of prosperity. Developing the emotional clarity that allows you to see opportunities others miss. Cultivating the inner strength to persist when results are slow and doubts are loud. Maintaining the purpose that gives meaning to the journey even when it's difficult and uncertain. This is self-mastery in its truest form. This is the high-value life you're capable of creating. Now I need to be honest with you about something. This journey never truly ends. You don't arrive at some final destination where everything is perfect and you never struggle again. What happens is that you keep evolving. The mental system you're building now will serve you for years, but eventually you'll outgrow it and need to upgrade again. The discipline you're developing will face new tests that require you to deepen your commitment. The purpose you're connecting with will expand as you grow. This isn't discouraging news. This is the beauty of it. You're not working toward a static endpoint. You're becoming someone who continually evolves, who sees life as an ongoing process of growth and refinement. The poverty cycle continues for those who refuse to look inward, who keep blaming external factors, who wait for someone else to save them or for circumstances to magically improve. But it breaks for those who understand this fundamental truth. You already have everything you need to begin the transformation. You have a brain capable of neuroplasticity, able to rewire itself based on what you repeatedly practice. You have the ability to choose your thoughts and direct your attention consciously. You have the power to take small, consistent actions that accumulate into massive change over time. You have access to knowledge and wisdom that previous generations never had. The only question is whether you'll use these tools or continue running the old program. I'm here having this conversation with you because I broke free. Not perfectly, not completely, not without ongoing work, but substantially. My life looks fundamentally different because my mind operates fundamentally differently. The mental system that once kept me trapped in the poverty cycle now propels me forward toward prosperity and purpose. The discipline I've built serves me in every area of life. The clarity I've developed guides my decisions with increasing accuracy. The purpose I've connected with gives everything meaning and direction. And the prosperity I'm experiencing, both financially and emotionally, is the natural result of this internal transformation. This is available to you too. Right now. Not someday when conditions are perfect, or when you have more knowledge, or when you feel more ready. Right now, with this awareness, with this understanding of how your mental system works, and your commitment to transforming it. The poverty cycle is just a pattern, and patterns can be interrupted, redirected, replaced with better ones. Every moment is an opportunity to choose differently. Every decision is a vote for the person you're becoming. Every small action is evidence of your transformation. Let me leave you with this. Freedom isn't something you achieve in the future. Freedom is something you practice in the present. It's the freedom to see your mental patterns clearly and choose different ones. It's the freedom to act according to your values instead of your fears. It's the freedom to pursue purpose even when it's difficult. It's the freedom to trust yourself and your capacity to create the life you want. This freedom is available right now, in this moment, through the decision to take your mental system seriously and commit to upgrading it with the same intensity you'd bring to any important project in your life. The three parts of this journey, awakening, reprogramming, and now understanding freedom and purpose, they're not separate stages you move through linearly. They're interconnected aspects of transformation that you'll revisit again and again at deeper levels. Each time you cycle through them, you gain more clarity, more skill, more wisdom. The poverty cycle that once trapped you becomes the foundation of your greatest growth. The struggles that once defined you become the stories that inspire others. The mental system that once limited you becomes evidence of your capacity to change anything you set your mind to. Tell me in the comments what freedom means to you today. Not what you think it should mean, but what it authentically means to you right now, in your current situation, with your current challenges and dreams. Your answer matters because it reveals where you are in this journey and what you're ready to create next. And if these three parts have impacted you, share this series with someone who needs to hear it. Breaking the poverty cycle isn't just about individual transformation. It's about creating a ripple effect where your freedom inspires someone else's breakthrough and theirs inspires another, until we've created a culture where people understand that mental systems determine outcomes and that we all have the power to upgrade ours. Thank you for taking this journey with me. Thank you for being willing to look at yourself honestly, to question your patterns, to consider that maybe the poverty cycle isn't something that happens to you, but something that operates through you and can therefore be changed by you. This is just the beginning. Your real work starts now, in the decisions you make today, in the thoughts you choose to practice, in the actions you take even when they're uncomfortable. You have everything you need. The only question is, will you use it? Will you commit to this transformation fully, knowing it won't be easy but trusting it will be worth it? I believe you will. I believe you're ready. And I believe the life you're meant to live is waiting for you on the other side of this decision. Go create it.